What is going on to the family for exciting for today? And today we have some exciting news that happened during week 10 of the college football. We had a lot of upsets. We had a total of 9 upsets that week. And we're gonna start with Oregon State and Washington. So prior to this game, Oregon State was ranked 21st, no, 23rd in the country, while Washington was ranked or unranked with loss to Washington. Though caused Oregon State to go unranked. Mm. And Washington Huskies was ranked once again to rank 24th with a win over Oregon State. The final score with that game 24-21. Let's jump into some stats, shall we? Start with Oregon State. Ben Globerton, 12-19, 87 yards. So not much really a pass offense as just show maybe find opening areas. But the running game looks pretty solid today, but just fell just shy to Washington, 24-21, while Washington, wow, passed the ball a lot, 30 for 52, 298 yards, too shy for 300, a touchdown and interception. Cameron Davis got 55 yards along with carries. Wayne Tuapapa, 27 yards and 8 carries with 2 touchdowns. To carry the load to carry the Washington a victory. Game number 2, we have Georgia and Tennessee. All right, so Georgia was ranked #1 in the country in the top 25. But when we look at that college playoff poll, there were 3. Tennessee was 1. That's the reason why it was an upset. And now they flipped the script. Now Georgia is ranked #1. Tennessee falls to 4 spots or 4 spots in the college playoffs, but 3 spots or more, give or take. I don't know what the current rankings is right now in the top 25, but the college playoffs, they're ranked number 5th, and they lost to Georgia 27-13. Hendon Hooker, 23 for 33, 195, and an interception, while their overall offense on the run kind of struggled. Jalen Wright, 69 yards, 21 carries for a touchdown. Their receiving core try to find open looks, try to get open much as possible, but was not enough to overpower Georgia, which in the final score 27-13. With Georgia did all this power might. Stanson Bennett, 17 for 25 with 2 passing touches, 257 yards on the ground. Not bad on the run the ground, but the offense. So the story here for Georgia with a win here. I got the #1 spot back in the playoff polls with the final score 27-13. Staying undefeated and get Tennessee the first loss of the year. It looks like Tennessee football program is finally back what it used to be back in the day, especially in the early 2000s under the coach. I forgot what the coach's name was though, but I think it was Coach Fulmer. Don't quote me on that though, but it's back what it was before. I think it is. So I'm excited to see what Tennessee has in store for in the next few years. Obviously, I'm a Goa fan. I trust PJ Fleck, and he's Wabell coach, and I think he's a good coach. And then we didn't have a good coach since like Glenn Mason when he was coaching the Gophers. I think. Now we have another game. We have Kansas upsetting Oklahoma State University. So prior to this game, Oklahoma State was ranked. I believe it was in the top. Or just Yeah, they were 18th in the country. Now they dropped out of the top 25 with the loss to Kansas, 37-16, which brings Kansas to bowl eligible with a 6-3 record. Same with Oklahoma State Cowboys lost the third game to bring them to 6-3. They're my fault of the cracks. Dude, if they don't figure a way, they might not even get it broken. Get broken, they might just get like a guarantee bowl. But anyways, let's look at their stats. Gary Rangel, 27-40, 34 yards, 2 touches, and 3 interceptions. This basically told the story right there. The interceptions, their running game was not solid, but it was mediocre. We had Bryson Green led the way with 105 yards, followed by Anderson, Presley, Nixon, Richardson, Johnson Jr., and Richardson. Now let's look at the offense for Kansas. 18 for 23, 23 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Neal and Bean each got one on the ground, and Devin Neal led the way on the ground, 224 yards on 32 carries, 7 yards per average for the touchdown. That helped Kansas to bulldoze Oklahoma State and help them get the 6th win and also the 8th bowl eligibility win as well. On to another upset, Michigan State Spartans versus Illinois. Illinois was ranked 15 or 16 in the country. Now with the loss to Michigan State, they dropped to 21. Still have a 1-game lead over the Big Ten West, over the Gophers, Purdue, and a few other teams. Trying to find a way, trying to play in the Big Ten championship game. But anything can happen. I don't think they have the strength. Because I think they have Purdue, Michigan, and one Northwestern, I think, in slot for them. Don't call me that, but don't quit on Northwestern because they play a very close game to Iowa State. And I thought that game was going to be a blowout. But anyways, go back to this game. Michigan State improved to 4-5, while the Illini fall to 7-2. And let's look at Pennant Thorne. Pennant Thorne, Michigan State, 19 for 29, 182 yards, 2 touch and an interception. Jalen Berger, 81 yards on the ground. Bouchard, 13 yards on the ground with a touchdown. Jalen Reed got a reception touchdown. Now let's look at the Fighting Illini. But before we do that, let's look at their defense. I mean, it looks like they will put a lot of pressure on that Illinois quarterback to help them upset them. But however, Tommy DeVito, 25 for 37, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chase Brown, 100, another good game for him. 136 yards, 33 carries, 4.1 per average. Reggie Love the third, 5 carries, 23 yards, 4.6 the average. Josh McCray, 3 carries, 4 yards, 1.3. Not that good. And Tommy DeVito was 6 carries, negative 10 yards, negative 1.7 for the average. But Isaiah Williams, Hightower, Williams got 2 touchdowns on 98 yards, just 2 shy from 100 on 5 receptions, 19.6 on the average for them. As Funny Illinois lost and lost to Michigan State, also got upsetted and fell to a record 7-2. Final score that game, 23-15. Let's check out this game. Clemson and Notre Dame. I expect that Notre Dame will upset Clemson this time. And prior to this, Notre Dame was ranked under. They were not ranked at all, and then Clemson was ranked 4th. Now with this loss, they dropped to 12 spots in the college playoff poll, or over on the top 25. let's see what will happen. Yep, the top 25. Yep, the 12. The playoffs have not been updated yet. But with this loss, they dropped to 8 spots in top 25. Notre Dame went to now they're ranked 20th in the country and also received a bowl eligibility win and a huge win over Clemson. So it will help them to build their resume to get a Bell Bowl game. Then like Oklahoma State University and all schools like that who have 6 wins, but not big wins to get a Bell Bowl game. But I'm not saying they're gonna get like the Citrus Bowl or the Orange Bowl. I'm not saying that or the Rose Bowl. I'm not saying that. But if they win the rest of the games, they might even get a bigger bowl game like that. But we'll see. Now let's look at Clemson stats. DJ um Ugalali, I'm sorry, I mispronounced it, 27-39, 191 yards, a touchdown interception, and Cade Glubanek, 0 for 1 interception. The only attempt pass he throw was an interception. So not good, especially if you Clemson. Will Shipley have trouble things going 63 yards, 12 carries, 5.2 for average and a touchdown. So not bad on the day. They could have easily run the ball more, but they were getting outplayed. It was Allen, 60 yards, 7 reception, 8.6. The only person who got a touchdown was Joseph Negda, 4 receptions, 22 yards, 5.5 the average, and a touchdown. Their defense struggled, or they allowing 35 points. And not that very good. I know Dame wins it 35-14 with Daniel pass, Drew Payne and Pine didn't pass much out 9 for 17, 85 yards, a touchdown. But the running game, I believe, said it all. Have 2 running backs broke the 100-yard race. You have Logan Diggs, 17-yard carries on 114 yards, and Aldrich Eastman, 104 yards with a touchdown. And Drew Payne, 4 carries, 21 yards, and a touchdown. Very good win from Notre Dame as they win it 35-14. I want to talk about this game last. So we're gonna jump over to Texas and Kansas State. Texas wins it by upsetting Kansas State 34-27. From this game, Texas was ranked 24th in the country, while Kansas State was ranked 13th in the country. It was a very close game. I expect this game to be close now. Texas is ranked 18th, and Kansas is ranked 23. So they dropped 10 spots, and Texas gained 6 spots. Texas gaining another bowl eligibility win. I can see them playing Notre Dame. Well, I don't see them playing Minnesota in a bowl game this year. I can see them two going at a bowl game, but we'll see. But let's jump into the says they both sell 6-3. Texas, Quint Ewers, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, 18 for 31. The running game, Bridget Robinson led the way with 209 yards on 30 carries, 7 yards. Oh, 7 yards was the average and a touchdown. Borshett Johnson, 7 carries, 62 yards, 8.9 the average, and a touchdown. Sanders, 54 on 5 receptions. Xavier Worthy, 42 receptions on 42 yards and 4 receptions on 2 receiving touchdowns. But it was not. But it wasn't enough to beat Kansas State. Angel Martinez, 24 for 36, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Not a bad day for Martinez at all. Deuce Vaughn, 73 yards on 19 carries, 3.8 the average. Martinez, he got a rushing touchdown. I gave him 3 total of the day. But it was not enough to overtake Texas as they fall to Texas 34-27. Now let's look at episode number 8, Pitt and Syracuse. Proud of this game. Pitt was unranked into this game, and Syracuse was ranked 18th in the country, no, 20th in the country with this loss. They're so eligible. With this loss, it get Pitt one win closer to being bowl eligible. And with this huge win, it can help build the resume to get a bowl game. But they gotta win one more game to be in talks about eligibility. Let's see this good stuff into this highlight reels. So we have Carlos Del Wilson, 120 yards, 8 for 23. Not good. Had a really trouble seeing the field today. You have Tucker had 19 yards and 10 carries at 1.9 the average. The running game struggled as well, as it was enough for Pitt to substitute the running game and the passing game. Well, for Pitt, Keenan Silvitz, 106 yards, 60 for 23, and an interception, no touchdown passes. Jaden Rain, 0 for 1, and 1 interception. So the only pass attempt he threw was an interception. Ronnie Hammond Jr., 20 carries on 124 yards, 4.4 the average, and a touchdown. And Zebo Flemeister, 12 carries, 42 yards, 3.5 the average, and a rushing touchdown as well. As they went on to win to beat Syracuse 19-9, and one more win closer to being bowl eligible now. Upset number 9. This might be the upset of the week. And it's LSU taking down Alabama. So prior to this, Alabama was ranked 6th in the country, while LSU was ranked 10th. So I'm not sure I'm getting the rankings to the top 25 of the college playoff poll, because it was so an upset at LSU. And I watched this game, the fourth quarter. LSU pressure Bryce on pretty much the whole target, but I saw the fourth quarter in overtime. But their option of the game was coming to this game to pressure Bryce Young to have a chance, and it showed it. And LSU upset Alabama 32-31, both are 7-2. Alabama dropped 10 to number 10 in the country, and LSU is ranked 7th in the country. They're getting close, but I don't think neither team will be in the top 4. But I do see them both teams will get a good bye. But however, I do believe that Alabama should be 5-4, not 7-2. But enough of that. Let's get into the stats. Bryce Young, 25-51. Like I mentioned, they pressure him. He made him throw bad throws in a show. But even though he had 328 passing yards, a touchdown, and an interception, but it showed that pressure and by making him make sure he incomplete 26 of his passes. That's huge for LSU, and that was a huge key opponent headed to this game. But yeah, Jamal Gibbs, 15 carries, 98 yards, 6.6. You had Chase McClellan. He had 17 yards and 4 carries, 4.2 the average. You had Ronnie Williams, 7 carries, 11 yards, 1.6 average, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns. And you got Brooks, 97 yards and a receiving touchdown. You got Gibbs, you got McClellan. Latu got 50 plus receiving yards. But it was on to beat LSU. Wow. LSU was Jalen Daniels, 22 for 32, 182 yards, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Daniels also added 95 rushing yards to his total and a touchdown. Josh Williams added 54 yards, 7.7 his average, and a rushing touchdown. And you have Taylor and Emery Jr. got both receiving touchdowns of the day. And this game went to overtime, mind you. Alabama scored right away, but they scored their first position. But LSU, so after we scored a touchdown, we're going for two. We're gonna try to upset you right here, right now. So don't worry about going overtime number two, because you have to go the second ultimate college football. You had to go for two after gain a touchdown, and also if they force you to kick a field goal, all they need is a touchdown. But if it's at the number two, then you just do 2-point conversions all the way down. And the overtime has been changing college football, and I think they changed that rule a few years ago because I don't know the reason why. But anyways, in overtime, LSU got a touch, and you said, we're going for two. We're gonna try to beat you right here, right now. They got the reception, and they got the 2-point conversion successfully, and to upset Alabama. That was a huge win for LSU. They should get a huge bowl game with that win, I think. But they're trying to find a way into the top four. I don't think if is any option of any bats who's going to get to the top four close enough, it's going to be LSU. So we have total of 9 upsets. We have Alabama losing. We have Syracuse losing. We have Kansas State losing. We have Wake Forest losing. We have Clemson losing. We have Illinois losing. We have Oklahoma State Cowboys losing and getting out of the top 25. We had Tennessee losing. And last but not Oregon State lost and also got unranked, along with Syracuse lost their ranking of the week. And a lot of teams lately who were ranked previously, like around between 18 and 25, after they lost, usually they will get loser rankings. But that will end today's video. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. Thanks so much for watching. We had a total of 9 upsets. 9 in college football in week 10. That's a lot. And as you see it progression, I feel we get more and more upsets throughout the season, especially when it progresses. Especially when you get trying to push to the top 4. That's when you see a lot of more upsets. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you out in the next video. Deuces.